Put it in a larger perspective of this titanic struggle between Les Moonves of CBS and Sherry Redstone and what's going on with that.
Well, look, I think, David, the right way to think about this is the media world is under real pressure. I mean, the headwinds are obvious. Look, you've got Rupert Murdoch selling his company. The deal was just approved by shareholders today with Disney acquiring most of Fox. You've seen Jeff Bewkes at Time Warner sell his company to AT&T. You've seen Ken Lowe at Scripps sell his company to Discovery. I mean, the reasons why all of these transactions, this rush to merge is happening is because the landscape for media is changing. Consumer behavior is rapidly shifting away from linear TV, away from big bundles of content or of channels per se. And so we've always thought that the most logical decision for Viacom and CBS was to merge. These two companies share a lot of history. They make sense together. I mean, think something like Star Wars. Paramount makes the movies. CBS makes the TV shows. One has a movie studio. One has a big TV studio. I mean, these assets fit perfectly together. It gives them more scale. Still not enough scale. They're not at Disney or AT&T scale. They need to get bigger for sure. But these are two building blocks that would definitely fit better together. And I think hopefully, you know, as we look out over the next 6 to 9 months, they finally do come together, because it's been crazy how the two sides have been fighting over the last 2 years on a transaction that makes a tremendous amount of logic.
Well, and the market seems to be agreeing with you at the moment, at least, because even as CBS shares are falling, Viacom shares are going up, and I would have to assume that's because they think that merger is more likely. But explain to me why bigger is better in this particular instance, because Paramount, as you refer to it, is not a particularly strong studio, has not been very successful. They've had real trouble there with their basic cable networks. Why is CBS going to make Paramount stronger, or Viacom stronger, rather than Viacom make CBS weaker, which was Les Moonves' argument?
You know, CBS is facing some real headwinds, too. I mean, they've got to renew their contract with the NFL. They're a relatively small company. I mean, as you pull up the market cap for your viewers, I mean, this is, you know, when you look at companies like AT&T, Warner Media now, if you look at companies like Comcast, NBC, as you look at Amazon or Facebook, et cetera, CBS's ability to compete for sports content is going to be very challenged as they move into the next decade when all of these rights come available. CBS needs much greater scale, and so having more cash, basically increasing free cash flow through a very, very accretive transaction, would make a tremendous amount of sense for CBS. In terms of, does it make Paramount better? Look, there's a lot of IP that the two companies can share. I think Disney's been a model for the market, right, of showing how you leverage content across platforms. Both companies have been constrained because they're essentially in different businesses. And so a lot of shared resources, a lot of shared IP. And then, obviously, just the simple fact that CBS, at least in the near term, certainly has sports rights that could help protect Viacom's assets and create value. So I think there's a number of ways that you can create value. But, David, you're asking the right question. This doesn't fix CBS's or Viacom's problems, for that matter. The companies, after they come together, still need to get bigger. They may have to get acquired by somebody else, or they certainly need to grow and make other acquisitions, because this is just the beginning of a multi-step process.